Welcome back, Packer fans. RedHeadTakes back again with another video previewing Packers versus Chiefs this week. A very tough matchup for the Packers indeed, and which could be a real roadblock on the way to potential berth in the playoffs. Now, the Packers could very well win. They could also very well get blown out. I don't think the blowout is that likely, but it's against the Chiefs, and you never know if the Chiefs are going to play a full game or if they're going to suck in the first half and then magically just come out and just beat the hell out of their opponent. It's anybody's guess, but let me know what you think down below. And let's get into this right away with the Packers. That great win against Detroit last week. With all the injuries, they managed to pull it off. They started off strong with that deep pass to Christian Watson last week. Really set the tone of the game. Showed that the Packers were really serious to win the game, and Jordan Love just kept firing all day long. A.J. Dillon was efficient as you can be against that defense, and they just kept him in it. Guys were catching balls left and right, which is a nice change of pace compared to weeks in the past where balls were dropped left and right. And to be honest, the Packers don't even lead the league or aren't even near the top in drops, or at least not near the tippy top there, somewhere in the middle, I believe. But the Packers played well, and they deserved that win. The Lions certainly helped by going on fourth down so many times and going 0 for 5. That certainly didn't help, but the Packers were the better team last week, and they showed it. Maybe the Lions made Jordan Love look better than what he really is, but let's give Jordan Love props, and he just might be the guy. I think still the verdict is still out, but as we go week to week and the better he plays, it's just hard to deny that he's the guy for the Packers. I mean, to all the Jordan Love haters out there, last week should be your validation that he doesn't suck. He can play in the NFL, and he can play well at times. Maybe he's not the most well-rounded, doesn't have the best deep ball in the world, but he makes plays when he has to, and he's looked pretty darn good. So why don't you tamp down the criticism? To be honest, I haven't heard a lot of criticism from the Hate Jordan Love group this past week because they just can't believe that he beat and the Packers beat the Lions on Thanksgiving. But it's been an evergreen tradition for the Packers to win on Thanksgiving, even though they've struggled in the past against them. Lions haven't won on Thanksgiving since a couple years ago, or since 2016. But enough about the Packers and Lions. Let's talk about the Packers and the Chiefs. It's going to be a tough game, like I said. Isaiah Pacheco could very well go off and just eat that clock, just pounding through the Packers' defensive line. And just as likely is Patrick Mahomes could have 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interception. That's also very possible. I think the Packers have a decent chance to win this game. Surely we have Taylor Swift is going to be there, along with Simone Biles. It's their friendos, apparently, or at least we're led to believe that they're friends. And who wins? Is it the Packers? Do they continue their march to potential playoff berth? Or do the Chiefs really continue to remind the rest of the NFL that, hey, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're still a great team. Even though we've had our difficulties at times, still the Chiefs. We're still near the top of the list for best teams in the NFL. Packers could be getting some DBs back this week. Rudy Ford, Eric Stokes, Jair Alexander. We're all practicing this week so far, so that's good to see. Aaron Jones was stretching inside the Hudson Center, but didn't come out to practice. So I have a strange feeling that he's not going to play again this week. I think they'll hold him out again so that he's ready for that Monday Night Showdown with the Giants, or a couple of days after that. Jordan Love should continue to play well, despite the fact that the Chiefs do have a really good defense. That they don't always show it at times, but when they want to tighten down a receiver or two, they can do it. And they're have a great pass rush. They're able to get to the quarterback. So Packers offensive line got to be strong this week for sure. Again, if you play like you did last week, should be able to do just fine against the Chiefs this week. Christian Watson, hopefully he continues his rise. He's been doing much better of late, showing that, yes, he was worth the second-round pick. Jaden Reed has been great. Tucker Kraft has been a nice addition in there with Musgrave on IR. And just been really efficient for the Packers offense. Not too many really bad throws for Jordan Love, just being efficient, moving it down the field, making the throws when he has to, and also cutting down on the interceptions. Hasn't had interception the past couple of weeks, so that's definitely a nice change in pace. And when you look at the stats through 11 games between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, they're nearly identical. So you can't really say that Aaron Rodgers looked better than Jordan Love as a rookie, especially now when you consider the amount of injuries Jordan Love, the team has faced with Jordan Love on the roster versus Aaron Rodgers. Plus, Aaron Rodgers had a bunch of veteran wide receivers, and Jordan Love has a bunch of rookies who are playing better. And to be honest, those rough moments earlier in the season are now looking not so bad. They're just growing pains. I mean, you just have to expect that with a team as young as the Packers in both offense and defense, especially the offense, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be drop balls. They're still human beings. They're not perfect. And this group is really starting to mesh together. And should they continue to grow, this could be a really nice receiving core for years to come, and also a very cheap one at that. It's nice to remember that we're sure the Packers are still paying Aaron Rodgers for now, but after this year, he'll be off, and then maybe they can start to spend some more money bringing a veteran or two. I see the Packers more likely to bring in a wide receiver in the future off free agency than the draft. They're not going to draft a wide receiver in the first round pick. In the first round, it's not going to happen. They're not going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. It's just not going to happen. It's not feasible to think that, and it's just really stupid. They haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round since Sterling Sharp, which was nearly 40 years ago. Okay, it's not going to happen this year. Probably going to go offensive line, which would be really nice. Safety would be really nice as well, and corner maybe as well too. But Packers and the Chiefs, it should be a great game. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. Packers will be in it. I don't see it really going to be a blowout, to be honest, even though Chiefs certainly have that ability to, and Travis Kelce could very well eat the Packers alive if they should be double, triple covering Travis Kelce every time. Force Patrick Mahomes to make it to Rashee Rice, who has been pretty decent lately, and maybe a deep wide receiver pickup if you haven't already picked him up. And it's just going to be a really interesting matchup. Sure, we never got to see Rodgers and Mahomes in Green Bay at night, but now we get to see Love and Mahomes, who could be playing, well, I guess they won't be playing each other very often in the near future, just once every 4 years, or depending on where they are line up in the standings every year. But this is Jordan Love's chance to really come out again. He had his real coming out party on Thursday. Now let's continue that against the Chiefs. At least make it close. I think in the end, the Chiefs win 27-24, something like that. But the Packers could very well win this game. Do not count out the Packers. They've been doing much better of late, and that team is really coming together. Sure, still have some bumps and bruises here and there, but the defense has been coming together. Rashawn Gary's been doing well. Hopefully, Devontae Wyatt continues to progress. Quay Walker and that offensive line continues to hold together. Please put Sean Ryan in there. He, in his limited playing time, has looked really solid. He should be in there. Hopefully, Zach Tom should be right tackle. Yes, Josh Myers is going to be there. I mean, even though I think Josh Myers sucks, he's going to stay in there. The offensive line is nicely coming together. Just everything is coming into play for the Packers. Yes, this is going to be a very tough game, but silver lining is the rest of their schedule after that should be pretty feasible. Yes, they're playing the Vikings, but I think the Packers could really get some revenge on the Vikings, especially after how Josh Dobbs played on Monday night. But it's going to be a close game tonight, or on Sunday night. I can't wait to watch it. who wins, Taylor Swift or Simone Biles? Let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. Go Pack Go, and God bless.